What's up everybody, this is VJ from TechImaginist. In this video, we're going to be comparing the iPhone XS Max versus the Google Pixel 3 XL. The iPhone XS Max and the Google Pixel 3 XL are both premium devices from 2018. Best of both worlds, iOS and Android, and built to perfection. The iPhone XS Max runs an A12 Bionic chip with 4GB of RAM, and the Pixel 3 XL runs the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 with 4GB of RAM. The iPhone has a better screen-to-body ratio with a notch and a 6.5-inch screen, while the Pixel 3 XL has a noticeably large chin and a bathtub notch with the screen topping at 6.3 inches. Both phones have stereo speakers, and the Pixel 3 XL's chin houses its bottom speaker as a front-firing one. Also, both phones lack a headphone jack. In terms of build quality and looks, the iPhone XS Max is definitely a looker with a glossy stainless steel frame and glass on both sides. The silver version is usually prone to scratches, so getting a space gray or the gold one would be a better idea. The Pixel 3 XL is also a well-built phone with a painted aluminum frame, sandwiched between slabs of glass. The backside of the Pixel has a soft texture that is prone to scratches. Slapping a case on both phones is a pretty good idea to protect your costly investment. And now, what we are really here for, the cameras. The iPhone XS Max has a dual rear-facing camera with a 12-megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization at 1.8 aperture. The secondary camera is a 12-megapixel at 2.4 aperture and 2x zoom capabilities. The Pixel 3 XL features a single rear-facing 12.2-megapixel camera at 1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization. There's no optical zoom here since there's only one lens and it's not a telephoto. Comparing the still cameras on both the iPhone and the Pixel 3 XL on auto mode, we see that the Pixel 3 XL's images are a bit on the warmer side and cooler tones on the iPhone. There's plenty of detail in both images, and the iPhone seems to keep things a little more natural when compared to the Pixel, where the colors are more saturated. The iPhone has also a wider lens at 26mm compared to the Pixel's 28mm. So there's more area to be covered in the iPhone, and that's definitely an advantage in landscape photography. Portrait shots are generally clearer on the Pixel 3 XL than the iPhone XS Max and has plenty of detail, even when zoomed in. The scenario is similar on the 7-megapixel selfie camera on the iPhone versus the 8-megapixel on the Google Pixel 3 XL. You can notice how the hair starts to blur or look fuzzy at this point on the iPhone, but stays quite clear on the Pixel. The colors, however, are more accurate on the iPhone. In low light, both cameras perform quite well. As you can see here, the images on the Pixel 3 XL are visually pleasing at first, since they are more saturated, brighter, and are punchy as a result. But you will quickly notice that there is a lot more noise. The iPhone's images are sharper, looks natural, and is less saturated. In some cases, that makes a big difference. Here the iPhone shot is somewhat closer to the actual original scene, but the Pixel adds more light and saturation to the image. The iPhone seems to try to select the brightest spot in the image and dim out the rest of the image according to that so that the saturation is in control and preserving the original lighting. The Pixel seems to oversaturate the image in some parts, but overall the image looks brighter and visually pleasing at a glance. So it's again down to personal preference here. Coming to the video, the iPhone takes smooth video at max resolution of 4K at 60 frames per second. The Pixel 3 XL maxes out with 4K at 30 frames per second. The videos on the iPhone are visibly smoother, as you can see here. This shot was filmed in very low light, and like before, the Google Pixel 3 XL tries to saturate it as much as possible. The iPhone XS Max gives a close to original shot, but both videos have a lot of noise. So which of these cameras do you think performs better? I'll be giving a summary at the end of the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. The screens on both the iPhone XS Max and the Pixel 3 XL are OLED panels and are gorgeous with accurate colors and deep blacks. The viewing experience is however better on the iPhone, owing to its smaller notch and smaller chin compared to the Pixel 3 XL. Getting into both phones are simple. The Pixel 3 XL features a super fast fingerprint sensor placed on the backside that unlocks the phone every single time. I find this the most comfortable position there is to have a fingerprint sensor, and it's perfect. The iPhone XS Max features Apple's improved Face ID, and it's faster from last gen. And it still is the best face unlock there is on any phone to date. The interface of the Pixel 3 XL features the pure stock Android, which is smooth and fast. Both phones have gesture-based touch. Swiping up on the Pixel is intuitive. It brings up the last used apps, and swiping further up opens the app drawer. The iOS interface of the iPhone is just buttery smooth and really enhances the user experience. That being said, either phones are not without its disadvantages. The Pixel 3 XL is not the epitome of stock Android experience as we thought it would be. It runs into stutters every once in a while, or the entire phone freezes up at times if an app misbehaves. The back button is not programmable and hence cannot be switched to the right side of the screen. Beside these, with Android updates releasing first on the Pixel 3 XL and unlimited photo storage on the Google Drive till 2022, Pixel 3 XL is a compelling package with simple stock Android and a great camera. Some of the limitations of the iPhone XS Max is the lack of compatibility of iOS with other devices. There is no system-wide file manager, and copying music or videos requires iTunes. That being said, the iPhone XS Max barely ever stutters or hangs. App and RAM management is great. One of the best cameras out there, making the iPhone XS Max a great package that's hard not to love. So to sum it all up, the iPhone XS Max and the Google Pixel 3 XL are both beautiful phones from 2018. You could get them cheaper than their released prices now in 2019. Both phones hold their own in the camera department, but they do better than each other in different aspects. The Pixel 3 XL outperforms the iPhone XS Max with overall more resolved detail in selfies, portraits, and still shots in general. The iPhone XS Max outperforms the Pixel 3 XL when it comes to natural saturation in images, especially in low-light photos, better depth portraits due to its dual camera hardware, and the best video quality on a smartphone with 4K at 60 frames per second. So a lot of this boils down to personal preference. So which phone did you like? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Come hang out with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TechImaginist. Talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.